He is an interesting, unique person. What I find impressive about him, and there are many things that are impressive about him, but he's a doer, you know. He's used to solving problems, and certainly that's what we have in this country right now, huge problems that have accumulated over the past 8 years. And we certainly need a tremendous amount of energy to combat these problems, and somebody who can gather good minds together to find the solutions. And I have been very impressed with Donald's gathering of great people and addressing the problems one by one in these major speeches. I don't remember a candidate doing exactly that, allowing the people to see exactly what the problems are and then, you know, solving them, you know, piece by piece in front of the American public so that they will have an idea what he's going to do. But this has been very impressive.
Yeah, you know, being on the road, you know that some Republicans can't back him and refuse to do that. They don't think he's a true Republican. They consider him a new Republican. What do you say to them?
Well, I say a lot of things, but he's a very unusual fellow. I say sometimes he speaks in ways that are unusual, like the idea of saying that Obama founded ISIS. You know, he says something like that, and then Hugh Hewitt, who's with me, by the way, on the tour, says, "Well, you mean, don't you, that he pulled the troops out and left a vacuum that..." And Donald doubles down and says, "No, he founded ISIS." And people, initially, people say, what's going on here? Then they think about it, and it gets them to go to the, you know, get on their cell phones, go to, you know, the different places that they might find the information. And indeed, they say, well, if it hadn't been for the pulling out of those troops and leaving no status of forces agreement, no energy between us and the government of Iraq, they wouldn't have come forth. So
you're making the case that he's got a way of saying things that breaks through. That's what I hear you saying.
That's right, exactly right. And but also,
but this is a very important question here now, because this is the world in which you live. Yeah. How does Hollywood feel about Donald Trump? How does Hollywood consider a potential Trump presidency?
Well, Hollywood, most of the people who are outspoken are on the left. But there's a great contingent of people who are conservative people in Hollywood. They just don't speak out quite often, you know. But there's a good group in Hollywood that are for Donald Trump.